Good morning everyone, I hope you're good. Currently just clearing up the living room. Does anybody else's dogs get what I call zoomies, and they literally just throw their bodies all around the living room and the house for that matter. Throw every item off the sofas, off the chairs, everything. Well, that's what Riley does. Whiskey's not bothered about zoomies. Little Duchess over here goes absolutely crazy whenever she comes back in the house from a walk. So just having a little bit of a tidy up, and then I'm going to get in the car and go to the retail park that's got like Dunelm, obviously Home Sense. I don't honestly know why I go there so often. It's as if I expect to see some kind of magical unicorn there each time I go. And then I'm also going to go to M&S. Girls, please don't do this. You do this every time. Come on, let's not play and be all growly. Girls, play in the hallway. Mummy's got to concentrate. Okay, we love you. So basically yesterday was a bit of a bad mental health day, I like to call it, whenever that happens. And it's just when things just keep seeming to go wrong, and I'm big on manifestation, and I feel that if one thing happens in the day and you let it affect you and your kind of vibration, then more bad things will happen. You attract more negative. So I've always been very conscious of that and not to do that. However, every now and again I do just feel like some days just arrive and you kind of get like 3 or 4 knocks. Even just little things, like my favourite, the Dalesford, which is only down the road from us, have had this warehouse archive sale this year. Don't think they've ever done it before, but it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Things were like £10, which as anyone who's been to Dalesford knows, that in itself is monumental, that it is affordable. So yeah, the warehouse sale was just a dream come true in life. And I found at like the bottom of this pile of things, because it's very warehousey, it's very like everyone's grabbing stuff, this box, just a white box, and it had 4 of these beautiful kind of tumblers in, and they were kind of frosted with like a heart, like the classic Dalesford heart on them. Anyway, I adore them, and it was a set of 4, and honestly I think that box was about £5 for 4, and I was like, this is the best thing in the world. That was my favourite find of the day, of the sale. Anyway, last night I dropped one, and it's just one of those things where I was like, for goodness sake, you know, and there was already 3 or 4 things that day that had really upset me, and that was kind of the cherry on top. Don't get me wrong, I don't cry over, you know, smashing a tumbler on the floor. You know, that's very unrealistic for life and perspective, but it was just one of the examples of like loads of things yesterday that upset me. A lot of things were to do with family, career, work, where we live, so it was big things. Anyway, I'm not going to let it trickle into today. So today, Etta is in nursery. She's been such a monkey. Yesterday she didn't nap at all, and today at nursery they've messaged saying, just let you know she really doesn't want to nap, we've tried everything. And I was like, don't worry. But she's in that weird place that her 2 little besties at nursery, which is Hallie and Gigi, are the exact same way right now. They're kind of refusing to nap. I think they've built up this little plan. No, I'm joking, they're so cute. She's in nursery. I'm going to collect her a little bit earlier today because she has not napped, and I don't want her to be overtired when I'm driving back in the dark later and potentially fall asleep. My biggest goal when I collect Etta from nursery is do not let her fall asleep in the car, because if you know, you know, it impacts negatively the actual bedtime. So anyway, I have effectively a free day today. I've done loads of washing and home admin, and I've hoovered the whole house. I've washed my hair, which in itself is just toss. Huge for me. I've also started, I'm really happy because I've started using again the Philip Kingsley bodybuilding shampoo and conditioner set. I stopped using that for a while, and I don't know why, because it's the best thing for my hair. It just suits my hair so much. It makes it feel soft but not flat, so it gives it body and it gives it a bit of life and a bit of shine, a bit of all of it. So I will vow now never to not use the Philip Kingsley bodybuilding set. I'm going to do one of my favourite things ever, which is get M&S Picky Bits for dinner. I know I'm not the only one who feels this way, that it is pleasure after pleasure with the M&S Picky Bits. And to be honest with you, the M&S organic hummus with their avocado oil crisps, that is one of my favourite things in the world. In the whole world. I almost don't stop to take a breath. The organic hummus, open it up, get the crisps, put them all into a bowl, because I have to make sure that I don't do too many crisps and have the whole bag, because then I feel a bit guilty. And then I just crack on, and I literally crack on, crack, crisps, funny. And I just, and before I know it, the whole tub is empty, and my mouth right now is like, ugh, because it's just the best tasting thing in the world. But not only that, the actual picky bits. There is a feta kind of dip, there's a chicken Caesar dip. There's one that's basically like the best part of a pizza. It's basically like, it's a hot dip, but it's basically like, I'll show it to you anyway. So we're gonna go there. I'm also going to look for some good looking storage from Dunelm. I've seen online these lovely like wicker storage for under the bed, but they're not terribly affordable. I mean, they are, but they're not. I don't want to spend a lot on this, basically, because we are only in this house for another 2 weeks, which is wild. And then we're away, and then as soon as we get back, literally the crimbo limbo when everyone sits back and relaxes and watches Christmas movie and eats leftover food. No, that is not going to be our year this year. We are going to be moving furniture, wrapping up mirrors to make sure things don't break, loading TVs into vans, all that stuff. So no complaints, it is incredibly exciting, but it's not going to be relaxing. It's not going to be relaxing, but it's going to be the fun part of stress, you know, the fun side of stress. So yeah, I'm just really excited for today and to kind of get my vibrations back up again. I also heard something, and I really wanted to read it to you guys in case you were feeling the same way as I am, in that it's been not the easiest few years. The best thing on the planet could have ever happened to me, which is my daughter. However, aside from my incredible baby girl, family, finance, security and property and things like that have been not straightforward. So let me just read this to you, because for me it made a huge impact. So basically, the end of 2025 signifies the close of a year 9 in numerology, which is a time for completion and transformation, letting go and preparing for a new cycle. So this has been a long time, and now it's ending, and we're starting an entirely new cycle in the universe. Okay, you know, say what you want about astrology, numerology, etc. I absolutely wholeheartedly believe in all of it, even down to the fact that my dad and one of his site managers are the same star sign, and time and time again I'm saying, it's because you're the same star sign. Hello, if you read your star sign, you almost save. I honestly think if you read someone's star sign and the information, it saves about 2 years of getting to know someone. It honestly just cuts the crap and gets to the point. At least I have found that with every single person I've met. I'm sorry, if I meet you and we're new friends, I'm gonna read your star sign, okay? I'm gonna get to know your star sign, to know what I'm in for. And you should do the same for me. This period encourages introspection, personal growth, and shedding of old beliefs to make way for new possibility and a more aligned way of living. This year's numerological vibration emphasizes spiritual elevation, urging a focus on what truly matters beyond external pressures. Okay, so to conclude, completion and letting go. That's what we're doing now. We're ending a decade of, it might have been your favourite decade yet, it might have been your first decade, you might only be a little young whippersnapper, it might be neither here nor there for you, but for me, this past decade, with the grandparents who have passed away and emotions that have come from that, lots of other aspects, it's caused a lot of ripple within my family, and not in a good way. So I'm holding on to this, and I'm living for this, and I'm going to be preaching this and even writing it down, you know, as if I'm doing lines in detention on New Year's Eve, to really put it out to the universe and make sure that I do everything I can to manifest this brand new beginning and brand new start. We are going to transform ourselves and push for the biggest amount of personal growth humanly possible. I am opening the doors for spiritual elevation, okay? Awakenings and high vibrations only. I want you to join me on this. It's real, it's honest, it's factual. By the way, entirely random sidetrack. Look at my new phone case. Look at my new phone case. Bows and Christmas trees. What on earth is better? And I actually can't handle the thought of only having this on over the Christmas period. This needs to stay. This is too beautiful and too cute not to be here in the spring. Right, I'm going to give my spaniels extra bit of love before I get in the car and leave them for just a couple of hours. And then we are going to go to all those fun, gorgeous shops like Dunelm, HomeSense, Marks and Spencer's, and we are going to thrive and we are going to start this video off beautifully. So come with me. Good morning. It is a very cosy, rainy, foggy Sunday today. I'm panting because I was run upstairs to quickly open up the today because Essa is downstairs and she's very, very needy because unfortunately she's kind of, you know, when I said last week in probably the most boringest video I've ever made, sorry Kiki, that she was unwell. We ended up in A&E. So she started to get better and we were like, brilliant, 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 this is perfect, thank God. And then now she's dipped again. So really difficult to navigate. Her temperature basically went up to 39.9, which even topped it when she was in A&E. And her cough is just terrible. But I'm keeping her moving, we're keeping her on antibiotics, we've been to the GP, we've done all the right things. She's on all the vitamins that she needs to be on. She's not eating as much as I would like, but she is having lots and lots of milk, which I'm always thrilled if she has her milk, because of course that has everything she needs in it. So, it could be worse, could be better. That's the situation that we're in. But she hasn't actually been out in the house, nor have I, in a few days because she's not been well. So, today we are doing something so special. It's Christmassy, it's new, it's brand new stimulation for her, something that she's never done before. We are going to, it's kind of Amply Crucis area, which is towards Cirencester, to the reindeer herd, the Cotswold reindeer herd. We were going to do it a year ago, but we thought she was too young to understand. But apparently they're really tame as well, and you can feed them. So we're going to hop in the car right now. Like I said, it's raining and it's that kind of day, but it does not matter, it's cozy and we're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna put on our Wellington boots, our waterproof jackets and have the best day. So yeah, I definitely wanted to take you guys with us, so come with us to see the Cotswold reindeer. Morning everyone. Oh my goodness me, I can't tell you, I actually can't put into words how enjoyable it was at the Cotswold reindeer herd. Not just for Etta, although Etta absolutely adored it and I haven't seen her have that much fun in ages. And actually I've just read on the news that this is now becoming obvious that what she's been kind of suffering with, which has been a bit of a flu, a bit of a cough. In hospital the other week they said a really bad bacterial chest infection. The week before that they said it was tonsillitis. It's becoming obvious that it is something called a super flu, which has been on the news, and it's kind of right now for kids under 5 years old. And although it's so serious, and I'm so sorry to hear that more kids are going through it than just mine, but at the same time, gosh, it is such a relief when you know that you're not on your own, you know that others are going through it too. There's just a comfort in that, but at the same time, devastated to hear that so many kids are going through what Etta's been going through. It's week 5 now of her being unwell, and I honestly just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. We're all losing the will to live, but at the same time, I think that she's made the turn now. The only thing that I will say is we thought that 2 weeks ago, and then she dipped again and went on new antibiotics. So, but no, I do actually feel it's a gut instinct. I feel like she's made the turn now and she's getting better. She is in nursery today. I took her in on Monday just for 2 hours because she didn't have a temperature. So the kind of rules at nursery is if they don't have temperature and they haven't been sick or had a bad tummy in 48 hours, then they can go in. So her very wheezy chesty cough isn't a reason for her not to go in, although obviously I'm trying to keep her comfortable, trying to get her to have as much rest as possible and all those sorts of good things. I also know that spending some time at nursery will do her the world of good. Not only that, they are amazing with her. Things like her having a proper meal. Here, I kind of just let her have what she wants when she's unwell because she won't eat otherwise. And it's ended up being a lot of biscuits and a lot of things of that kind of category. Whereas at nursery, they're all kind of obviously sit together at the table, and obviously therefore they kind of copy each other. And I know that she's more likely to have a new, well-rounded meal if she sees her friends doing it too. So, and sure enough, she's just had 6 veg pasta. So for her to have 6 vegetables in one sitting is such a relief for me. Oh my goodness me. My baby girl. She's just the entire light of my life. So when she's not feeling well, it's just the worst feeling. completely helpless. But that is parenthood, and I think that will never go. So you just gotta learn to roll with it. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to send that update because honestly, the Cotswold reindeer herd, it was raining, it was blusterous, it was a proper Winnie the Pooh day, weather-wise, and we all just had the best time ever. It was just fun, it was exciting. The reindeer were beautiful and they were so calm and kind, even for Etta's little hands going in, giving them, what is it that you feed them? I can't remember what it was called. I can't remember what it was called because it looks like kind of a broccoli, but it's not. Anyway, I can't remember what the name is that you kind of feed them. But anyway, we got like six like tubs of their food so that Etta could really spend lots and lots of time with them. And it was just pure magic. It was pure magic. And then we nipped across the road and we went, because one of our pubs is actually across the road, it's called The Crown, and that is in Ampney Crucis. So we went there, we just had like, you know, some snacks, some nibbles. I had a hot chocolate. Tom had a Guinness. Etta had her water, thank goodness. That's another thing, is making sure she's drinking enough water, obviously when she's unwell. And honestly, yeah, one of the best days I think I've ever seen Etta have. So, and definitely one of the best days of my life. So really, really highly recommend the Cotswold reindeer herd for kids, but also for yourself. Like, it was just fun and it was festive and it was lovely and it was wholesome, which is just my favourite kind of day. Now I am about to pack for London. I feel like emotional about it. I lived in London for 10 years. I don't know how, because I am the least city girl. I grew up on a farm. I'm not a city girl. I think I was kind of just on a bit of that kind of hamster wheel. I was working away, I was earning, I obviously had lots of friends there. I had kind of back-to-back boyfriends. No overlap, but I had back-to-back boyfriends for sure. So I was always in a relationship. There was just never really that chance to leave. And then when I went through a breakup, it was almost like lifting my head up from the sand and realising, what am I doing here? Like, this does not suit my lifestyle, this doesn't suit my likes and my hobbies and what I want to be doing my weekend. I don't want to go and sit at the pub. Obviously I love a pub, especially a Cotswold pub, but that kind of culture of London just was not me. And I just wanted to see fields desperately, smell some fresh air desperately. Oh, I'm getting a delivery. The delivery has happened, and yet Whiskey is still barking, but I'm just going to have to let her get it out of her system. I've tried to bring her in. Incredibly random, but I just wanted to show you something that I got from that Daylesford Christmas fair that I went to a couple weeks ago. And that is this stunning gingham hot water bottle. And I just wanted to recommend the brand because it's called If Only If Nightwear. And I just thought it was beautiful. There was matching slippers, which I have asked for Christmas. But yeah, I just really random wanted to show you this because it was just there. And I love a hot water bottle. And I just thought it was a really pretty brand, and I feel like Daylesford are great at showing at their Christmas fair kind of new, smaller, independent brands, but with such high quality, and I think that's best kind of company to support, really. But yes, I am packing for London, so I haven't been, since leaving, I haven't been back for 3 years. I haven't been back since right before I got pregnant with Etta, and she's over 2 now, so I think it was January of 2023. Yeah, January 2023 that I last went to London. There are so many things I'm excited to do. First of all, the festive things, and then also like proper trips down memory lane. Even just simply like going to the shops that I used to love and just seeing what's new and what's going on, and even just going up and down the King's Road, really. I used to do that if ever I was feeling low or broke or anything like that. Ironically, I would hop on the tube, go to Chelsea and go up and down the King's Road. It just used to motivate me and make me feel like I was in a bit of a bubble, and that at that moment in time brought me a feeling of security when I needed it. So I don't know, probably sounds quite silly because obviously that's a very, very prime part of London, but for me it made me feel a little bit more comfortable on the days when I was feeling low in London and lonely. So yeah, I can't wait. I also want to go to the Disney shop and just get something for Etta for Christmas. I also want to go to Harrods and just see how Christmassy it looks and have a browse. And we're also going to one of my favourite restaurants called Salé Pepe. That's on Friday night. And then the reason that we're actually going to London is my sister-in-law, they're christening their 3 kids. I've got 3 kids under, I think, 5 years old. Don't know how they do it, but they are christening them all together on Saturday afternoon. So that's our main reason for going. And then on Sunday I'm gonna have brunch with one of my best friends, Elle. So yeah, I just can't wait. I wouldn't ever move to London again. Like, the thought of living in London does not fill me with any happiness or joy. However, just simply visiting for a weekend makes me so excited. Honestly, I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to this. So let's just go through some things I'm going to pack, and you guys can let me know if they're good or not. I never really put thought into what I'm wearing. I just go for comfort. But I want to make an effort, so bear with me. So for the christening, I am thinking a really lovely sweater dress. This I remember I got on the Net-a-Porter sale a few years ago. It's a brand that I've never heard of since, but it is so luxurious. Just a really plain, beautiful quality jumper dress with black tights, and I have these really nice Chanel ballet flats, and I just think it would look elegant, low-key, understated, sophisticated with my beautiful overcoat and just some nice signature jewellery like my pearl earrings and things like that. And I'm going to do my hair just in kind of like a low bun. Just thought a plain jumper dress, nothing crazy, nothing over the top, comfortable, lovely. So I'm definitely taking that, and I will just find my ballet slippers now. And these are the ballet flats that I'm going to pair, and actually the most lovely colour combo. They're both like a gorgeous kind of like latte colour. On Friday night for dinner, I bought this little skirt from Zara, and it is the classic kind of thing that I just never get to wear anymore. It is one of these little like rah-rah skirts. It's actually a skirt, which is way more reliable. But I just thought it was really, really cute. So I'll wear that with some black tights, and then my little booties as well. So that, black tights, booties, and then literally like this kind of thing on top, just a nice like grey jumper. Super cute. I love like kind of like secretary, cute, preppy, gossip girl look in winter. So that's what I'm going for with this. Me wearing like a mini situation like this is very clearly one of those situations. Is so rare because I can't do it when I'm out with Etta, because nobody wants to see me bend over and pick up my child, you know, and showing my bottom. Also, I can never wear like black tights like this because I have 2 spaniels and they would be laddered within not even a millisecond. So I'm wearing those things that I cannot possibly wear in my actual real life. So I'm excited to itch that scratch. On the Sunday when I go for brunch with Al, I am going to just literally wear, I'm a big fan of just like a sporty top, like not a sports bra, but not a, basically like a sports bra, but like a long version, and then my leggings to match, all black, and then little sneakers, and then just chucking a really nice blazer on top. I don't know why, but I think it looks really, really chic. So basically like gym wear, but then with a oversized blazer. It kind of looks like you've like left your boyfriend's apartment and you're going to the gym and you've grabbed his jacket just to keep warm. I don't know, which is obviously, once again, not my lifestyle. So I am definitely having a few different personalities this weekend in London, which I'm excited about as well. It's from Karen Millen. Once again, something I never get to wear because wearing a blazer and picking up a toddler all the time, it's very structured obviously and stiff, so therefore it just doesn't really work for holding a baby. So that's basically everything. And I'm also going to pack just a backup outfit really. I've never worn this and it's so annoying because I completely adore it. So it's from Anthropology. Beautiful kind of maxi dress, and it's this kind of jumper on top, a little bit glittery, very soft, and then like a silk kind of skirt. And I absolutely adore it, and I love the way it looks. I love the vibe. It's very Scandinavian, this kind of look. Very effortless, very cool. But I just never know what shoes to put with it. I know that might sound so silly, but in the summer it's too warm to wear this because that part of the jumper part is very warm. And then in the winter, I'm not exactly going to wear this with Uggs because then your ankles just look quite random poking out the bottom. And I'm not going to wear it with boots because then I think I'll look quite clumpy. I've just not really found the accessories to bring this outfit to life, but I completely adore it, and I am going to take it to London as a backup because it only certainly small for packing, as a backup for the christening, because I would prefer to wear this and really get it out of the wardrobe. But yeah, I just don't know what shoes. Maybe you guys can help, but clearly I'm not a stylist. But these are my outfits for London and I cannot wait. I'm also buzzing today, don't know if you can tell, because something so small but so significant. I've gone through all of my unread messages on Instagram and WhatsApp and just replied to everyone. It's so silly, but I get real genuine anxiety from my phone. If I get more than like 3 messages, I avoid my phone and I get hot, I get stressed, I get actual genuine signs of anxiety, and I just get really upset with myself. And then the longer it goes on, then guilt and shame comes into it because I know I'm ignoring people. It's just a vicious cycle, and I don't think I'm the only one. I don't know if there's a word for it or what, of getting anxiety for your phone. I wish we were back in the day with no technology, which I know is a contradiction because I'm currently filming on a camera to put it on YouTube, which you watch on computers. So I'm contradicting myself entirely. But yeah, phones, I don't actually gel well with phones, to be honest with you. I prefer a world without them, very much so. Anyway, on that note, I am all organised. I'm going to chuck these things into a suitcase and then I will see you guys in London town. I can't wait! Have a lovely few nights and I will see you there. Bye!